The funeral parlor in upscale Greenwich hummed with subdued chatter and the heavy perfume of sympathy bouquets. My uncle stepped forward, his hand extended in that calculated way, crocodile tears tracing paths down his Botox-smooth face. "We've missed you terribly, sweetheart," he murmured, drawing me into a hug that squeezed like a trap. I stayed stiff, aware of the room's gaze pinning me in place. When he pulled back, I met his eyes squarely and said, just loud enough for the cluster of mourners to catch it. He never did. "My name is Sophia, and at 34, I hadn't returned to this suffocating corner of Connecticut in 8 years. I'd carved out a solid life as a digital strategist for a fintech firm in San Francisco, 3,000 miles from the ghosts I'd buried. Now, in the polished halls of Evergreen Memorial, I questioned if that buffer had truly shielded me. Sunlight streamed through the arched windows, painting the black-suited crowd in soft glows. I knew them all, the country club elite, my father's investment partners, the neighbors from our manicured enclave. They huddled in groups, trading whispers about Edward Hayes, the Wall Street wizard who'd funded every local fundraiser and chaired the school board. "That's Sophia," someone hissed nearby. "Heard she cut ties ages ago." I kept my chin up, gripping my clutch like a shield as I scrawled my name in the guest book. My tailored pantsuit was a quiet rebellion, proof I'd thrived without the Hayes fortune. The viewing room overflowed with floral excess, the casket drowning in arrangements that screamed overcompensation. "Cherished father," proclaimed the grandest spray at the head. The bitterness nearly choked me. "Sophia Hayes." A soft touch on my arm made me turn. "Mrs. Kensington, our old neighbor." Her expression a veneer of concern. "How are you managing, dear?" "Such a sudden tragedy, only 64. "Managing," I replied, slipping free. "Thanks." She inched closer, voice dropping. "Stroke during a board meeting. Of all things." He was mid-presentation. Fitting. I thought, Edward Hayes exiting on his stage. Mid-performance. Audience captive. I spotted my younger brother Ethan by the casket, fielding sympathies with that inherited polish. At 30, he was Edward's clone, sharp features, strategic grin, room-commanding presence. His wife, Brooke, clung to his side, a polished trophy in diamonds, patting her cheeks with a tissue. Our gazes locked across the space. Ethan's face twitched irritation, unease, before smoothing into solemnity. He leaned to Brooke, then threaded toward me. "Sophia," he said. No hug offered. "Didn't expect you." "Neither did I confessed. He fiddled with his Rolex. "Mom's in the private lounge. She's mentioned you." Doubtful, Margaret Hayes mastered the art of curated concern, summoning what flattered her image. Never the daughter who'd shattered the facade. "I'll check," I lied, knowing we both saw through it. Ethan's jaw clenched. "Keep it civil. This day's about Dad, not your grudges." "Odd," I countered, holding his stare. "I figured funeral spotlight exactly those." He pivoted away, resuming his role as the dutiful heir. I watched, recalling the kid who'd hide under my bed during their blowouts, whispering if it'd ever quiet. He'd evolved into an ally of the chaos instead. The press of bodies closed in, a smothering tide of silk and cologne. I plotted my exit when Uncle Victor appeared like a specter. My father's brother, ever the showman. His arms enveloped me before I could dodge. "Sophia, my girl," he cooed, voice thick with feigned sorrow. "We've ached for you." The words dangled like bait, the room hushing. Eyes waited for my scripted response, regrets, reconciliation. Instead, I eased back, noting his artful, smudged eyeliner. I recalled the holidays he'd orchestrated, excluding me, The family newsletters airbrushing me out, the calls to Ethan. Never me. He never did, I stated. Voice even. Miss me. I mean. The hush turned vacuum-like. Victor blanched under his tan. Lips flapping silently. A gasp echoed, silverware clattered. I withdrew from his slack hold and strode out. Heels echoing on tile. No glance back at the coffin. The Blooms. The pretenders who'd erased me long ago. I'd delivered my piece. The lot's crisp air rushed in like release. I gripped the wheel in my rental for 15 minutes. Tremors fading. Before driving. Memory crashed like waves. Suddenly I was 11. In our gleaming kitchen. As father justified Ethan's lacrosse gear, but deemed my violin lessons frivolous. Edward Hayes was a maestro of favoritism. To outsiders. He was the finance titan who'd turned Greenwich into a billionaire playground. Sat on museum boards. Endowed youth programs. Graced society pages with that camera-ready smile that hid the void. Home was another story. Sophia lacks the Hayes edge, he'd quip at galas. Me at the table. Forking my meal into oblivion. Thank heavens Ethan got the family fire. Love in the Hayes house was a ledger, debits and credits. At 9. I grasped it. A's earned nothing. Ethan's C in history sparked praise. My debate trophy? Ignored while he cheered Ethan's soccer win. Too emotional, mother would soothe. Finding me tear-streaked. Margaret Hayes. Eternally groomed with spa rituals and discreet lifts. Had clawed from humble roots to Edward's arm. Guarding that perch by ignoring cracks. He cares, she'd insist. Stroking my hair with polished nails. Just uniquely. But uniquely meant invisibly. Not at my orchestra solo, he had a merger. Not my valedictorian speech, email urgent. Not my Stanford acceptance, tech strategy, practical for a woman. Ethan shone unchecked, debate captain. Frat leader. Fast-tracked into father's firm with zeal that felt authentic. Charismatic. Driven. Male, the mirror Edward craved. I chased scraps, aced AP classes hoping for notice. Joined Model UN for his diplomacy nods. Dated Alex Rivera in high school partly for his senator dad. Why not mirror Ethan? Variations hammered the point. Ethan the center. Me the outlier. Barely orbiting. The fracture hit senior year at Stanford. I'd snagged an elite internship at a Silicon Valley venture capital group, Career Ignition. I dialed home. Buzzing. Busy, he snapped. Ethan nailed his first deal. Club celebration. Click. I never shared triumphs again. Mother bridged weekly, checks and cards. Love. Mom and Dad, Edward oblivious. Calls droned on her luncheons. Ethan's promotions. Skirting our rift. He inquires, she'd fib. No, I'd retort. Silence confirmed. Estrangement crept. Skipped Easters for deadlines, Thanksgivings for costs. Invites dwindled. Portraits preceded sans me. Ethan texted sporadically for resume tweaks or Brooke's sister's app advice. I'd oblige. Clinging to the boy who'd shared my forts. But we were aliens now. Forged in parallel universes under one roof. 8 years blurred. I climbed ladders. Relocated west. Wove a world valuing me intrinsically. Dated partners who arrived. Friends who toasted wins. Self I respected. Then, Dad's gone, Ethan intoned. Voice flat. Stroke in conference. Numbness, no sorrow. No lift. Void. Service Friday. Come. Obligation. Not plea. Yet I went. Chasing phantom resolution. Driving from the parlor. What had I sought? Posthumous sorry? Secret affection? Hallmark healing? The corpse was a stranger pre-death. Now. All saw it. I'd aimed for immediate departure, but pulled to the colonial estate instead. Columns pristine. Lawns clipped. drive where I'd lingered for absent pickups. Caterers swarmed for the wake. I crept upstairs to my former sanctuary, now bland guest quarters. My essence scrubbed. In the closet depths. A dusty box, transcripts, awards, rejection letters from scholarships I'd chased. Then, a file labeled Sophia. Stanford Merit Aid. Fingers quivered as I flipped it. My full ride app pristine. Unsubmitted. The one lost per admissions. The one forcing crushing debt I'd cleared last year. Not lost, withheld. Father's scrawl on a memo, hold. Arranged with board. Ethan to Stanford via donation. Room tilted. I collapsed on the bed. Pages wrinkling. Not neglect, sabotage. Spring flashbacks, frantic calls. Counselor's confusion. She'd seen me entrust it to father with Ethan's packet. Glitch, he'd consoled. Shoulder pat insincere. Ethan's in. At least. One haze suffices. Ethan. Mediocre grades propped by tutors. SATs barely qualifying. Graduated Stanford networked into father's fold, never questioning IV access. More docs, contributions to Stanford. Thank yous from deans. Betrayal archived like relics. Phone vibrated. Ethan. Where? Guest's query. Now they cared for optics. I duplicated all via mother's scanner. Calm amid fury. Then descended to the wake. House teemed with platters. Tales of Edward's benevolence. I ghosted through. Purse heavy with proof. Sophia. Mother materialized. Facade intact. Absent where? Inappropriate. My old room, I said. What's left? She shifted. Guess needs. Sure. I scanned her, did she know? Mom. Aware father tanked my aid. Eyes flared. Averted. Nonsense. But grip whitened on stemware. Gaze fled. Knew. He wrecked my path for Ethan's buy-in. I pressed low. You watched. He chose family best, stiff. Ethan required aid. You. Resilient. We trusted your strength. Strength? Bitter chuckle. Graduated buried in $100,000 loans. Scraped by on noodles. Juggled gigs while Ethan partied on endowment. Hush, she snapped. Scanning crowd. Not now. When? Then? When for dad's bias. She straightened. Chin high, end signal. He loved you. If blind. Issue's yours. She glided off, abandoning me amid toasters of a thief called loving. I cornered Ethan at the bar. Sympathies flowing. Face steeled at my approach. Talk, I demanded. Not here. Here. Flashed copy. New? Glance betrayed knowledge. Masked quick. What? Dad axed my app for your slot. He yanked me to the library. Door slammed. Ancient history. So yes. Shrug. Father's echo. Learned postgrad. Said Stanford'd crush you, favor. Favor? Voice broke. Dreams demolished as mercy. You're thriving like mother. What more? A dad not sabotaging. Family valuing beyond nuisance. Earned life. Not remnants. Ethan's flush. Think I sailed? Pressure. Fear of fail. You escaped, I'm chained. Morphing into him. Choices existed, I see. Easier with handouts. I left him. Navigated the throng past mother's fireside reign. Uncle Victor's Edward lore. They mourned illusion or knew. Indifferent if funds flowed. But I held truth. Documented. Will reading next morn at 10. Hayes legal. Tempted to skip, disinherited obvious. But drew me. Boardroom leather-bound intimidation. Ethan. Brooke present, mother. Uncle Victor. Surprise at me. Sophia. Attorney Paul Grant greeted. Uncertain attendee. Surprises abound, I sat distant. Predictable, estate to mother. Firm to Ethan. Trusts for grandkids Ethan's named. Charities for Gloss. Me, to daughter Sophia Hayes. Contents of Vault 512 at Greenwich Trust. Plus hope she grasps choices forge us. Edward Cryptic Eternal. Post. Bank bound. Vault, envelope. My name, flash drive. Car parked. Letter, Sophia. Wondering scamp bequest? Truth's my true gift. Drive holds intrigue. Wield wisely or not. You chose always. Unlike me. Plugged in. Directories, ledgers. Deals. Emails. Decades. Gut plummeted. Hayes investments rotten. Insider trades. Embezzled funds. SEC dodges. Ventures on falsified reports. Violations to topple all. Ethan's sign-offs littered half. Not inheritance, poison pill. Phone rang. Ethan. Vault contents? Casual feigned. Strain evident. Trinkets. Relief. Stay? Mom on costs. Flying out. Pause. Complicated with dad. But family. Family? Optics and ledgers. Hotel checked. Poured files 3 days. Deeper. Darker. Aid sabotage paled. Father erected fraud. Ensnared Ethan. Why me? Last year calms. Fed sniffing. Probes hushed via gifts. Edward foresaw end. Positioned me clean. Grudge bearer as decoy. Expose. Vengeful kid narrative. Silence buried. Control eternal. Room service. Wine. Papers strewn. Ethan's entry minor. Blind signs. Escalated complicit. Greenlit fraudulent mergers. Rigged bids. Golden sib tainted. Vindication fleeting. Exhaustion dominant. Alone in ethics. Laptop alert. Hayes firm launches Edward Legacy Fund. Link. Ethan podium flanked by mother. Victor, $15M for aspiring financiers. Irony choked. Thief sanctified as mentor. Loans recalled. Grind years. Missed shots. Ethan's glide on deceit. Justice? Vengeance? Blurred. Gala week hence, tuxedo. $750 ticket. Elite toasting. Decision. SF contacts at Wall Street Journal eager for scoop. But evidence first, comms. Tapes. Affidavits. Ironclad. Father left weapon, rage armed it. Extended stay booked. Laptop open. Legacy games? Unfavored daughter countered. Learned from master. Gala Eve -3. Mother called. Dinner 8. Mandatory. Busy. Family trumps. Ethan discusses. Click. Arrived 7:55. Slotted between Ethan's BMW. Victor's Porsche. House lit idyllic if facades lied. Dining room staged. Ethan/Brooke opposite. Motherhead. Victor right. My spot versus Ethan. Prodigal scripted. Glad. Mother's smile rehearsed. I sat. Noting theater. Crystal. Blooms. Elite chef. Negotiation. Not meal. Bourbon? Ethan poured vintage. Water. Ever prudent. Victor chuckled brittle. Unchanged. Appetizers endured. Weather. Brooke's spa revamp. Then pivot. Sophia. Ethan slid envelope. Firm's yours, 10% stake. Sign. Bribe? Why? Unity, mother. Post dad. Heal. Heal? By silence. Tension spiked. Victor leaned. Realistic. You're out. But stake secures. Out? Shoved. Ethan sighed. Dad favored me, admit. But stake evens. Even sabotage? Silence. Mother, past buried. Like fraud. Eyes widened. What? Drive. All. Ethan paled. Impossible. Edward's gift. Victor, destroy it. Why? Complicit? Ethan didn't know depths. Lie. Files showed. Knew enough. Mother wept theatrical. Family first. Family? Transactions. Stood. Keepstake. I choose truth. Left amid pleas. Air thick with dread. They sense storm. Days blurred research, cross-referenced. Built dossier. Contacts primed journal. SEC tip line. Gala night, black gown armor. Drive clutched. Ballroom glittered, crystal. Orchestra. Elite schmoozing. Mother spotted. Approached wary. Here. Thinking. She nodded relieved. Ethan neared. Tense veiled. Came. Said consider. Watched mother charm senator's spouse. Present. No. Shoulders eased. Photos 9. Media piece. Thrilled, sarcasm. Champagne snatched. Hour. Chit-chat with erasers. Smiled Edward anecdotes. Ignored stares. Prodigal act. But gathered, overheard deals. Noted nods ammo. Victor rallied for shots around Edward bust. Posed. Ethan/Brooke left. Mother center. Me edge. Tighter, Fodog. Hand on Sophia. Mrs. Hayes. Arm round mom. Ethan. Cherish Edward memory. Flash immortalized deceit. Ethan staged, Mike. Tuck sharp. Grateful presence began. Father overwhelmed. I edged media row, journal. Times. Forbes notebooks ready. Board ritual. Ethan painted Edward saint, innovator. Giver. Patriarch. Crowd lapped. Foundation perpetuates, futures built. Chances granted. Ovation roared. Reporters jotted vanilla. Phone in palm. Email queued, files to outlets. Irrefutable. Tap, collapse. But paused. Mother's dabs. Belief or need in myth. Comfort over reality. Life's crutch. Welcome, Sister Sophia Hayes. Remarks. Froze. Unscripted. Ethan gestured. Expectant. Eyes swiveled. Reporters alert. Drama sent. Refuse seen. Ungrateful label. Or finale. Ascended steady. Phone gripped. Thanks. Ethan. Echo boomed. Unprepared. But Hayes' script saluted me. Titters uneasy. Ethan's grin strained. Father taught work's worth. Reps wait. Ambition's toll. Pause. Mother's fret met. Laughter faded. Victor hawk-eyed. Poised. Edward erected empire. Chances crafted. Wealth spawned. Town shaped. Legacy eternal. Ethan relaxed, compliant. But legacy's naughty. Choices. Trades. Berries. Finger hovered send. Marble masks. Stillness absolute. Servers froze. Success demands forfeit. He said. Whose? Who picks? Victor advanced. But near end. Celebrate known Edward, benefactor. Dreamer. King. Tone steel. Honor that, I won't rob. Exited stage. Past stunned kin. Ballroom. Murmurs swelled. Lot, phone clutched. Tap, justice. But for who? Victims scattered. Crooks retired. Ruins paved. Left, us, accomplices. Enabler. Warped by his love. Victims. Culprits. Snared. Post-death web. Buzz, Ethan. Thanks. Wait unsaid. Draft deleted. Files kept reminder, love's cost. Lie built wins. True inheritance, his reality. Choice diverge. Let gala. Fund. Fable. I claimed liberty. Drove Connecticut out. No rear view. But phone near. Proof poised. Call hit 7:15 a.m. Wednesday. Month post gala. SF loft. Tea steaming. Pitch prep. Ethan's ID. Sophia ragged. Talk urgent. Mug paused. What? SEC stormed offices. All seized decades. How? Precise, new targets. Bitter snort. Tipster. Not me. No. You'd galablast. Spectacle. This surgical. Who? Papers shuffled. Guesses. Family huddle tomorrow. Moms. Need you. Ethan. Can't please. Crack raw. Golden never begged. No right. But united front. Strategy. Blame game. Perhaps. Honesty stung. Coming. Drive weighted pocket and used etch. Not cause. But scope grasp. Flight booking. Thursday. Home echo prior. But panic electric. Poise cracked. Ethan gaunt. Brooke fractured. Mother Jing clutched. Victor serene too. Thanks, mother averted. Details? Folder slid. Dawn raid. Dozen agents. Warrants exhaustive office. Homes. Archives. Scanned. Violations mirrored drive. Roadmap given. Someone mapped Ethan. Targeted. Not all, Victor smooth. Finance. Taxes known, others blind. Tension spiked. Others. Smile thin. Irrelevant. Dear. You're outsider. Victor, mother cautioned. Pretend what? She fled. Ditched Edward. Crisis welcomes. Didn't flee, ejected. Ran from Hayes duty? Enough. Ethan banged. Focus control. Control? Laughed. Federal felony stack. No control. Always, Victor. Tone chilled. Watched father's cunning mirrored. Click, you. Breathed. You tipped. Chaos, mother gasp. Brooke wide. Ethan rose. Victor smiled. Prove. Access total. Files. And you. Gala bitterness recalled. Despised him. Loved brother. Hollow. Loved perks. Status. But him? Employee treated. Favors one way. Contact strained. Smile sharpened. Perceptive. Victor. Mother shrill. How? How? Stood. Resentment torrent. Edward's shadow eternal? Fixed messes. He claimed glory. I sourced clients. Sealed deals. Reward? Pat. Place no. Destroyed all. Ethan's fury purple. Save self. Arrogant. Sloppy. Inevitable. Dealt immunity for intel. Narrative control versus fallout. Family, mother whisper. Family? Laugh shattered. Margaret. Married in. Ethan Princeborn. Sophia. Me, props in Edward show. To me, you escaped smart. Out. Ethan quiet. House. Purse gathered calm. Lawyers on remnants. Door pause. Ethan. Attorney call. SEC keen on merger fraud, you waived audits. Exit clicks countdown. Suffocation lingered. Mother sobbed. Brooke soothed. Drink, Ethan barbound. Bad? Catastrophic. Sans immunity. 25 to 35 years. Options. None. Gulp. Signed. Authorized. New. Laugh empty. Inherited all. He said, including sins. Mother's cry swelled. Sorry meant. Ethan glass-eyed. Irony, envied your breakout. Tried leave. He chained duty. Destiny. Chosen can't choose. Could refuse. Could. You defied. Exiled. Coward. Stayed. Became him. Gesture ruins. Pay duo sins. Comfort futile. Drive files coercion proof. Grooming. Won't absolve. But mitigate. Hope sparked. After all. Family. Words complex. Bent. Broken yet. Ethan's tears held. Tarnished prince. Stayed till midnight. Navigating probes. Freezes. Trials. Empire dust. Minimize fallout. Door. Mother grabbed. Sorry all. Chose ease over real. Let him wound. 2 weak shield kids. Mom, no. You strong. Proud despite us. Hug frail. Cage glimpsed. Ethan needs you. Nod. Smile watery. Visit post? C. Code, unlikely. Drove final. Empty. Fantasize vengeance arrived, Victor's hand. Motives mirrored mine. Justice. Vendetta. Ruin identical. Wielder differed. Prosecutor's glass tower. Hartford. 6 months post. Waiting reeked stale brew. Dread. Drive pocketed. MS. Hayes. ADA Young. Subpoena testimony, evidence gift. All, she scrolled wide-eyed. Recordings. Threats disinherit. Wreck marriage if quit. Context for sentencing. Context, clinical for abuse epic. Testimony key, resisted despite pressure. Contrast. Laughed near. Resisted? Excluded. But if aided Ethan. Purpose retro. Trial 3 weeks. Day 10 testified, methods. Dynamics. Defiance cost. Ethan's gaze grateful/shamed, averted. 8 years versus 35, cooperation. Coercion cited. Out in for good. Judge noted. Mother sold estate for fees. Condo prison near. Weekly visits. Treats. Chit-chat, normalcy feign. Brooke divorced pretrial. Assets vanished west. Unblameable. Victor immunity. Scraps, Florida firm. Silent since. Empire auctioned restitution, HQ Youth Hub. Merger sites raised. Public revert. Legacy dismantled, charity court run. SF return. Shifted. Rage evaporated. Unnamed fill, not pardon. Some unforgivable, not glee. No joy incarceration. Closure? Justice sans serve. 3 years, letter. Ethan's script precise. Prison time thinks excess. Replayed lives. Chose him over UN. Gradual drown. Compromises inch till submerged. Apologies cheap. But see, what he made me. Allowed become. You alone know said. Walked. Built pure. Out 12 months. Expect nil, forgive. Contact. Nod. Understand. Didn't abandon, self-saved. Evidence? Save me chance self-save. Carpentry learning. Hands, build honest. First non-lie create. Dad loathe right sign. Care. Sister. You excelled. Read thrice. Folded drawer. No reply, what say? Kept. Reminder even gold tarnishes. Self shines. Last kin, mother's burial. 5 post-trial. Quiet sleep end. Burdens fatal. Ethan release supervised. Suit ill-fit. Slimmer. Calloused. Eyes clear, unprincely. Graveside silent. Lowered beside Edward. Beloved wife. Mother upped. Limited love. Beloved flaws. Thanks, quiet. All. Nod. Voice tight. No hugs. Vows. Goodbye neutral. Walked, Sophia. Turned. Happy bee. Someone. Airport drive. Families. Legacies. Justice vengeance. Choice tolls. Father lie empire. Crumbled. Mother comfort chose. Ruins died. Ethan's sins inherited. Atoning. Victor revenge got. Satisfaction dubious. Me, escaped. Clean built. Distant watched. Enough? Plain, isolation is not equal to independence. Father taught conditional love. Transactional kin. Trust folly. Life avoided proving wrong. True revenge? Unconditional love. Chosen family. Risk trust. Seattle emerged. Home waited. Friends. Work. Construct. Stop, escape, define. Build worthy. Ethan's words, real, honest, build. Both tried, fathers fail. Truth lives. Substance over success. Touched 5:30 p.m. Rainy. Text Pell. Beer? Spill. First urge share. Morrison mess, not tragedy. Survival lesson. Shape sands define. Yes. Replied. Need cases. Luggage homeward. Felt childhood echo. Future unhaunted. Father dead. Empire dust. Kin dispersed. I endured. Chose alternate. Ultimate revenge, well live. Honest. Free stolen life reclaimed. His script rejected. Perfect end.